Hi guys! For today's video ay magagawa tayo ng vlog about sa the topic is all about personal computer description, difference, and components, parts, and it uses. First, computer case. Computer case is a part of wholes of all the internal components to make up the computer itself. It is usually designed in such a manner to make fitting a motherboard, wiring, and drives as easy as possible. Some are designed so well that it is easy to make everything look tidy and presentable too. Cases come in all different shapes and sizes, accommodate various types of computer components, and satisfy the consumer's needs. Design elements can vary from being plain to highly elaborate. You can get a plain gray case or one that has color lighting everywhere make to it looks spectacular. Cases, like most things, vary in quality. You can get them made from cheap metals or good quality materials that provide you with a sturdy design. Motherboard. The motherboard is a main board that is screwed directly inside a computer case. All other cards are everything else, plugs directly into the motherboard, hence its name. The CPU, RAM, drives, power supply, and more all get connected to it. Its function is not integrated all the components as so they can communicate and operate together. A good motherboard offers wide amount connectivity options. It also has a least amount of bottlenecks possible. Next, CPU, Central Processing Unit. The CPU is basically like the brain of the computer. It processes all the information on a computational level. It takes information from the RAM. The processes it perform the tasks required by the computer. It is usually set in the socket that utilize a lever or a latch with a hang plate with a cutout in the center to secure it onto the motherboard. It has many copper pads underneath it for the socket contacts to push against them to make electrical contact. RAM, Random Access Memory. RAM is a data storage device that can provide fast read and write access. RAM is also volatile, which means that it loses all the stored data when power is lost. The RAM keeps data ready for the CPU to process. The speed of the RAM is a big contributor to the overall speed of a computer. It plugs directly into the long slot that has contacts on either side of the slots. Graphics card. A graphics card processes the data from the motherboard and sends the appropriate information to the monitor for it to be displayed. It can do so using an HDMI DisplayPort, DVI, or VGA connector. A graphics card can also be referred to as a video card or display card. A graphics card has a GPU, graphics processing unit, which is the main component of the requires cooling. GPU is lower than a CPU, but it is designed to deal with mathematical operation required for video rendering. The amount of the memory on the card varies depending on the manufacturer's design. Sound card. Most of the time, the sound chips built into the motherboard is used for audio output. But if you are a sound enthusiast or prefer higher detailed audio while playing a game, you might be inclined to use a sound card. Sound cards plug into the computer in multiple ways. It can be through USB, PCI slot, or PCI Express times 1 slots. A sound card can offer a wide range of connectivity with various audio equipment. Hard drive. A hard drive is found in most computer. It's usually a mechanical drive that stores all the data. A part of the storing data, it can be also used as a boot drive to run the operating system from it. An operating system is a software program that makes a computer unseeable like Microsoft Windows. For example, the biggest vulnerability of a mechanical drive is its physically fragile nature. SSD, solid state drive. An SSD is also a type of hard drive, but it doesn't have any moving parts. It consists of a bank of a flash memory that can hold a reasonable amount of data. While SSD are increasing in size all the time, they aren't cost effective for storing large amounts of data. Power supply unit or PSU. A power supply mounts inside a computer case. This converts the AC main supply from the wall sockets inside the supplies the correct DC voltage to all the components inside the computer. A power supply also comes with its own cooling fan. This helps all the internal components to stay cool, and the power supply is subjected for the bigger loads. Monitor or visual display unit, VDU. Computer monitor with a blank screen. A monitor is what you say visualize graphic data sent from the computer's graphics card. There are various types of monitor on the market. The most commonly used is a LED backlit LCD monitor. Keyboard. A keyboard is one of the ways to communicate with a computer typing, where a key from the keyboard sends a small portion of data to tell the computer which key pressed. The computer can use information in many ways. An example could not be command the character that can be used in a document. There are two main types, different types of keyboard, mechanical and membrane types. Mouse. Mouse is the most popular pointing device. It is very famous cursor control device having a small palm-sized box with a round ball at its base, which sends the movement of the mouse and sends corresponding signals to the CPU when the mouse buttons are pressed. Generally, it has two buttons called the left and the right button, and the wheel is present between buttons. A mouse can be controlled to the control position of the cursor on the screen, but it cannot enter the text into the computer. And now, let know the input and output devices. First, input devices. An input device is a piece of the equipment used to provide data, control signals to an information processing system, such as a computer for information appliance. Example of input devices is keyboards, mouse, scanners, cameras, joysticks, and microphones. Second, output devices. An output devices is any piece of a computer hardware equipment which converts information into the human receptacle form or historical into the physical machine reliable form in the use with other non-computerized equipment. It can be text graph, it can be monitor, printer, headphones, computer speakers, projector, GPS, sound card, video card. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.